the Director of Park and Rec, Herman Parker, who will say a few words, and we're very grateful that he took the time to come.
Well, good afternoon. What a beautiful day in San Diego. Once again, my name is Herman Parker, Director of Park and Recreation for the City of San Diego, and it's indeed an honor to be here on such a wonderful occasion. I have to start by saying a special thank you to the Eisen family and also to the Friends of La Jolla Shores, to our Park and Recreation staff, and to all of you who played such an important role and were involved with bringing this project to fruition. I've driven by this park many times, and one thing I can say about this park is it's probably one of the heaviest used facilities in all of the San Diego City Park system. I've been by here at night, in the evenings, I've driven by in the mornings, on the weekends, and there's just tons of activity and people that are involved and out here recreating and enjoying this beautiful area. And truly, that's what recreation in parks is all about, providing those open spaces and those areas for folks to recreate and get out and enjoy what's here in our community. And this beautiful new comfort station, which we recognize today, is just going to help so much make our park visitors' experience here so much more enjoyable. And so thank you to everyone that was involved with that. Thank you for bringing this to fruition. It has enhanced this park site, and it will be an enhancement for all those that visit this park for years to come. So it's also an excellent example of a public-private partnership that helped bring something to fruition that's going to benefit the community. So once again, thank you so much. It's indeed an honor to be here. Thank you to all involved. Have a great day. Thank you.
And thank you, Herman. Now, Mayor Faulkner has many other commitments and wasn't able to be here, but he has sent his wonderful representative, Frances, and she will say a few words now.
She said, my name is Frances Barraza with Mayor Kevin Faulkner's office. I want to thank everyone who played a role in making this happen, and it's a beautiful facility. It's a wonderful park, and we're all very proud of it. I'm just going to read straight from this proclamation that I brought. Whereas John G. Watson had a distinguished career in the pharmaceutical industry at Johnson & Johnson, Wyeth Pharmaceuticals, Vester Inc., and many other pharmaceutical companies. Whereas in his memory is the John G. Watson Foundation, which supports entrepreneurism in the San Diego region. And whereas the John G. Watson Foundation will use investment earnings from the Watson family to fund specific network events that support entrepreneurship, such as the San Diego Quick Pitch event, which was near to John G. Watson's heart. And whereas Kellogg Park is a large grassy park located in La Jolla Shores. And whereas the John G. Watson Foundation will fund the new comfort station at Kellogg Park. And whereas John G. Watson lived on the shores near the beach, which is why this park has been chosen as the benefactor of this generous donation. And whereas Kellogg Park will unveil its new comfort station today on October 30th, 2014, be it proclaimed that Mayor Kevin Faulkner, the 36th Mayor of the City of San Diego, on behalf of the citizens of San Diego, do hereby proclaim October 30th, 2014 to be John G. Watson Day in the City of San Diego. Thank you.
Hello, as Mary said, my name is Justin Garver, and I'm council representative from Councilmember Sherry Leitner's office. I want to thank both Mike, Jilly, and Eisen, as well as Friends of La Jolla Shores and everyone involved in this project. It's a great project. As many of you know, I spent a lot of time down here as a lifeguard, so I know exactly how often this place is used and how important it is to this area. Go ahead and read. We have a proclamation as well as an accommodation for the Friends of La Jolla Shores. Whereas the renovation of North Kellogg Park Comfort Station in La Jolla was a community-funded project spearheaded by the Friends of La Jolla Shores. Whereas after meeting a Friends member in November 2011, family of former La Jolla resident John G. Watson recognized the park's comfort station was in desperate need of renovation. Whereas John lived near the beach in La Jolla Shores and is remembered for having greatly enjoyed daily morning swims in the ocean before tragically passing June 2010. Whereas in order to best honor the memory of John and his family graciously donated the $500,000 from the John G. Watson Foundation for the new Kellogg Park North Comfort Station. And whereas the renovation included an installation of a surf etiquette mural along with the installation of 9 new dedicated benches. Whereas the Friends of La Jolla Shores will be honoring the memory and contributions of John G. Watson and Mike Gillian Eisen in the ribbon cutting ceremony of the grand opening of the Kellogg Park North Comfort Station on October 30th, 2014. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Council of the City of San Diego that this Council, for and on behalf of the people of San Diego, does hereby congratulate the Friends of La Jolla Shores on the opening of the brand new Kellogg Park Comfort Station ribbon cutting in honor of John G. Watson. And thank you very much again, Friends of La Jolla Shores as well. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you on behalf of everyone who had a part in this project. Louis Beecham, the contractor, this is his 3rd project for our community where he donated much of his services. Don Gertz, the architect, without him we wouldn't have anything, and this is also his 3rd project where he has donated his services. And that's just a small group. I apologize that I can't call you all out, but I also want to say that Francois from AST Stone, we had a mural over there that arrived, well, it left China Friday and arrived at my doorstep on Monday, and he got it up because he knew this was so important. Now I'd like to have Chelsea from Environmental Services just say a few words about a new addition in the park that's been long awaited.
Thank you very much, Mary. My name is Chelsea Clacius. I'm a recycling specialist with the City of San Diego Environmental Services Department. Mary invited me to come and just say a few words this morning. I think it's a beautiful dovetail with our beautiful new comfort station. Last Friday, we were able to install the 9 recycling receptacles you see paired with all of our big belly solar trash compactors. The first thing I did after they were installed was call Mary on the phone, and of course she already knew that they were installed. She saw them that morning. I just want to say thank you so much to Mary. Thank you so much to the Friends of La Jolla Shores. You can tell that there is a community here that loves Kellogg Park, that loves their community. I want to give a special thank you as well to the Park and Rec Department. This would not be possible without them as well. And thank you so much. And this is one of the very first parks that is getting recycling at their park. So it's exciting, and I'm sure that they'll be very well taken care of and hopefully very heavily used. So recycle. And thank you so much for letting me be here.
Thank you, Chelsea. Now I would like to invite Lorraine Schmallenberger. I believe she has something she would like to share with the Eisens. And also, I want to mention that the La Jolla Shores Surfing Association funded the cost of all of the murals, and Simon Andrews donated the designs. And it wasn't an easy job. He had to get permission from everybody in the world. So there you go.
Well, besides designing a mural with surfing rules, the next hardest thing might be being a president of a surf club. And I tease people. I say, yeah, it's kind of like herding cats, and I can't be more thankful today. And what a beautiful day! I hope there's some really good surfers out there right now. And nobody is going to use this building more, other than the hundreds of thousands of summer visitors, than the surfers here, who many of whom live here and surf here. And will use the station. Several have already told me how fabulous it is to have a private dressing room, and so you don't have to drop trowel in the parking lot. So we are ultimately incredibly grateful, and I want to thank all the surf schools and the vendors and people that had a chance, and many of you surfers who had a chance to look at the early set of rules and designs, and it was a long process, and I have no one more to thank than our own Simon Andrews of Graphic Solutions, who generously donated hours, and I mean hours of time on those murals, and aren't they beautiful? And as someone said to me, isn't it great that, and they're not really intended for experienced surfers, we're supposed to know the rules, but as someone said about the thousands of beginners that come here and learn to surf, isn't it great that they'll come up to the beach and discover, in fact, that there are rules to surfing, and so we think that's a positive thing. So I have a very special gift. The La Jolla Shores Surfing Association, we raise money every year by an annual Menehune Surf Contest for kids every April. It's a one-day event, and we've successfully raised and lovingly saved every penny of our several $1,000s that we donated to this project. And we make really special trophies for all the kids and winners of our divisions, and this is a beautiful wood trophy made by our own Ed Newton. I mean, it's even got the stringers in here. So I'd like to present this with gratitude and respect to the John G. Watson Foundation and the family for the Kellogg Park North Comfort Station. It's got today's date from La Jolla Shores Surfing Association. Thank you.
Thank you, Lorraine. That's awesome. Now, I think Steve Flame was a very good friend of John's and a member of Tech Coast Angels, which John was very, very fond and supportive of. I'd like to have him say a few words.
Thanks, Mary. It's a really great pleasure to be here and to see this event happening today. Just a couple of words. John Watson was a member of Tech Coast Angels. He was a great friend and colleague of us. We have a group of members of Tech Coast Angels sitting in the back here. Raise your hands. We're really delighted to be able to support this effort. Because of the family, Mike and Jillian, we were also able to establish a foundation, the John G. Watson Foundation, which is here to support entrepreneurism in the San Diego region. And so we've already supported a couple of major events, and we will continue to do so. Our money is invested and is being well managed by the Jackson Wealth Management Group, and we're extremely pleased to the family to be able to support these kinds of efforts. And I just want to say special thanks to Mary Coakley-Monk, who is running the show today. Without her, none of this would be possible. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Steve. Would you like to say anything, Beth? No? Okay. So now Jillian will take a deep breath, and she has a few words she'd like to say.
I'm sorry I've got to read it, but emotions take over. It's with very mixed emotions I stand here today. On one hand, I'm proud that there'll be a lasting memory to my dear brother John. But on the other hand, I'm very sad about how it came about. John was a very keen sportsman, as I'm sure you all know. Rugby in his younger days, skiing a little later. He started his skiing life in a resort that Mike and I go to every year. He would also come and stay for a couple of weeks every winter, which he really loved. He always said that skiing in Europe was very different to skiing in America. On one year, his visit coincided with the visit from our grandsons, Ollie and Johnny. We had a grand time walking up the snow-covered mountains around our home, and then on other days he would ski straight down the mountain, which was John. There was no turns, it was straight down the mountain. Then he moved to La Jolla by the sea. He loved his early morning delicious swim. Whoops, a daisy. Am I not loud enough? Thank you very much. Is something he always said, his delicious swim. I always hoped that John would return to the UK in his later years. But once he found La Jolla, he found his own paradise, and I had to accept that he would never return home. Clearly, our donation has been very well spent, mainly through three rather special people. Mary, who worked tirelessly throughout this project. Don, who handled all the architectural problems. Louis, the contractor, who overcame many obstacles on the way. So it is with great pleasure that I declare this excellent comfort station open, and I hope that you will all continue to enjoy the facility for many years to come.
Our community will be forever indebted to the Isons, and I think it's wonderful that they have a face that you all will know now. And I hope they'll come back year after year and say hello to us. We really appreciate what you've done. All right, now it's my turn. So you're going to have to listen to me for a minute. I want to say a special thank you to all the community members who helped make this project possible, and it's impossible to name you all by name. But I want to thank Pierrette Featherby, who introduced Beth and Manny to Friends of La Jolla Shores. That was a great gift. And I want to thank Catherine Douglas and Lynn Reeves, who met with Manny and everyone when they were here. And this was when the project was decided upon. So we owe them a huge debt of gratitude. I want to thank Don Gertz again, because without him, it never would have happened. I want to thank Steve Flame and the close friends of John, who are here and who have also contributed a bench that's over there at the entryway to the project. I want to thank Louis Beecham, who has been generous on so many projects in so many ways in our community. We're very lucky to have him. And Pascal Cabine, I haven't seen him yet. There you are, okay. Make sure you get a bag before you leave. Pascal is even more of a perfectionist than I am, and I never thought that was possible. So it was wonderful of Louis to put him on this project because it meant that I could travel and not have to worry. I want to thank Herman from Park and Rec and his entire staff who bent over backwards at every step of the way, especially Paul Jacob, Dan Denary, who I'm sure I've given more than one headache. I want to thank Myra Herman, who's Senior Planner in Archaeology Environmental Analysis section of Development Services Department, who got us through so many hurdles in the very beginning when we really had lots of problems. And Helene Deischer from Development Project Manager. I hope she's here, and she just made such a difference. Patricia Masters and Clint Linton, we had to do the Kumeyaay dig, and that can be very, very expensive. They donated their time, did the dig, and wrote the report. Craig Finch from RCP Block and Brick helped us out on the block because we wanted to have something that was a little bit of an upgrade, and we wanted to match the other two buildings down the way. There are so many contractors who were extremely helpful in the project. I know I'm going to forget some of you, so I hate to mention any of your names, but they're all down on one of the fish down at the children's playground, and I know many of you have waited years to get that project finished. It's done, and we owe a huge debt of gratitude to the Pawinski family. It was an Eagle Scout project, and Christoph did an awesome job. I want to thank the La Jolla Shores Association, who supported the project every step of the way, and Tim Lucas, the president, who is stellar. I want to thank Friends of La Jolla Shores board members who work tirelessly for this park, and how lucky we are to have a nonprofit that has such a beautiful park to work on. I want to thank the lifeguards who were quite involved in the surf etiquette project, as well as design for the restroom. And I want to thank those who donated the benches. That was really critical to the project. And I have to thank Paula Selby, who there were many 2 o'clock in the morning phone calls. Paula, I have to have a drawing of this so I can show people. And she's the one who discovered the benches over at Coronado. So, and last but not least, I want to thank my husband, Walter. He is not known for his patience, but he has had to be very patient through this whole project. And I can't tell you all how lucky I feel to live here and to be able to participate in helping to make the park better. Thank you.
Where's Mary? Yeah, come on, Mary. Get a little closer, please. A little closer. Yeah, everybody. So you get everybody. Oh!